Welcome to CAP046D, Introduction to Microsoft PowerPoint. My name is Curtis Pembroke and I'll be your instructor for the course. If you haven't done so already, please make sure that you download the syllabus from Canvas, this PDF that you're seeing here, and print it so that you have a hard copy in case you want to make any notes during my review of the syllabus. As I mentioned, my name is Curtis Pembroke and I'll be the instructor for the course. I've been with Mission College now for 21 years. I teach in two departments, computer applications and graphic design and multimedia. My office is GC 217B. However, I'm not on campus this semester due to COVID. I have office hours Wednesday, Thursday, and by arrangement. I generally don't sit in Canvas on these days because for office hours, again, because of COVID, scheduling is a little odd. So these are the times that I'm available if you want to make an appointment for office hours. And I generally give students 15-minute blocks for the office hours. If you need more, then we could discuss that when you notify me via email should you need to see me during office hours. We'll be together until November 29th, just after Thanksgiving. This is a very quick and short speed date with Microsoft PowerPoint. This course is completely online. There are no requirements for face-to-face meetings. Because this is a short course, things go quickly, so you need to log into Canvas and review the content in the orientation folder by 10/21. In fact, that's why I've turned it on today, and it's the first thing that you see. I'll turn on the lab after I get an acknowledgement that most of you have logged in. So I'm looking for, at least half or more of you to log in and start the orientation. If you don't review the content, and that is watching this video, which you're already doing, of course, and then posting to the discussion forum a little bit about yourself and why you're taking the course, then I will have to drop you because I would consider it a no-show. This course is basically a review, one of two courses in PowerPoint. In this class, we just look at the basics of PowerPoint and how to create a presentation, add transitions between slides and animations, which are really cool, formatting slides. And in the process, we'll talk about some of the things that are important to creating a PowerPoint presentation, such as the design process, thinking about your goal, your target audience, a little bit about message design, and some basics on graphic design. Nothing really complex, just basically graphic design for non-designers. And you can read the objectives here in the syllabus yourself. I'll just highlight the things that we'll be doing. We're going to look at PowerPoint in the beginning from the very rudimentary parts of the software all the way through creating charts and tables, and also creating our own templates and working with animation. When you're done with this course, you'll be able to use PowerPoint to create an effective presentation. The outcomes say incorporate business charts and tables, and that's important because this course is catered towards business users. And one of the important elements of getting the certificate, or if you are a business major at Mission College, is completing this course. The prerequisites are basic computer competency and the ability to read and speak English. The textbook, and again, this is why we're starting with the orientation first today before we dive into content. The textbook is Microsoft PowerPoint 2016. Now, PowerPoint is now a web app or a hybrid app, and so it evolves very quickly. So 2016 is probably the closest version that this book here, PowerPoint 2016 Step by Step by Joan Lambert, is the closest to the current edition, and it's a very practical book for this course, given that it's a short course, and it has a lot of rich examples, and in addition to the book and other resources I provide, when you're done with this class, you'll be able to use PowerPoint to create some pretty nice presentations. You can either buy the book online or you can use the free ebook at O'Reilly.com. All students in Mission College have access to O'Reilly's database. The books don't come in EPUB or Mobi, so that they can be viewed on Samsung or an Android device, or in Kindle. The viewer is actually proprietary by O'Reilly. You can download the O'Reilly app for your iPad or for a Android device and view the book there. And it's pretty high quality ebook. And there are also tons of other books in O'Reilly. Again, this is a quick course, and so we only have 5 labs worth 20 points, and then because it's completely online, you'll have to participate in 5 discussion boards, one of which you have to do this week, which is the introduction. The discussion forums and the labs are worth 100 points, and then the final project is worth 150, and I'll talk about the final project some more next week and give you some guidelines that you'll have to start thinking about. In terms of your grade, my grading criteria is straightforward. For the most part, you should just consider yourself to have an A in my class. So you start my class with an A, and it's your job to keep it. I kind of have my own philosophy on grading. This class is a course that a lot of people take for professional and personal growth and development, and so I'm not here to make or break your academic career. What's important is, for me, is that you're able to use PowerPoint. And you can read the schedule on your own. You can see that we just have, not that many weeks together. And so it goes really fast. It's important for you to stay up on the reading and then watch the videos that I provide to you. So each week, though, you can see this pattern. Like if you look at this week, we have the orientation and syllabus, and then just getting started with PowerPoint. So this week, I want to make sure that you basically are in the course, that you have access to either Office 365, or that you have PowerPoint, Microsoft Office loaded on your computer. That's the important thing, because without that, we can't do anything. And then when we move into the second week, in the first week, you get an introduction to PowerPoint, kind of the user interface and the basics. But in the second week, we dive deep into creating presentations. And each week you have a lab that is due, so you'll have to create some facet of a presentation and then post some examples of your presentation to the discussion forum to get feedback from your peers. And I'll talk about how to do that. You can either post your presentation or screen captures to Canvas. We have 1 week which is a production week, so I want you to work on your final project. Notice that there's no final exam. You have a final project, which is basically to create a PowerPoint presentation that is of your choosing, but has certain elements built into it. The rest of the syllabus is just information like important dates for the semester, and then some supplemental information that the college provides that is valuable and that you might want to read through, because some of these things might apply to you, and it's specific to services and other guidelines that the college adheres to. So if you have any questions, you're going to post your questions to the questions discussion forum in Canvas. Do not send me an email. One thing that I'll tell you about me is that I've actually had 2 main careers. First in aviation for about 14 years, actually 18 years, including my time in the Air Force on active duty, and Mission College. So I'm getting kind of dated in the age here. I'm getting close to retirement. But one thing I've learned through my years of teaching is students have the same questions. And so if you send me a question via email, then I have to answer that question 30 times. And so I want you to post your questions to the discussion forum if it's related to an assignment or the syllabus, for example, and then I'll answer that question in the discussion forum, or you can answer one another's questions. And what we're doing in that case is we're recreating the interactions that go on in the traditional classroom. If you have a question of a personal nature, like you might miss half the week because you're traveling for business and you'll catch up later, that's an example of something you would send to me via email. Welcome to CAP046D. As I mentioned, for this first day of the first week of class, I want you to get into Canvas, make sure that you go into O'Reilly and get the textbook and have access to the textbook, and then have access to Office 365 or Microsoft Office Professional.